Yeah.
They are.
Welcome to Above and Beyond Drones.
Steve says, am I sending out the stream? I did. I sent it out in Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I got on.
Hey, Brian. Let me see. That should post there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now I need to bring.
And this will be a PG-13 show. No wanking in this show. So did you hear about that, Jim?
No.
Jeffrey Toobin. Oh, Jeffrey Toobin, if you don't know, he's a lawyer. He's part of the New Yorker. He's with the New Yorker, and he was on a Zoom call.
Right.
And he thought his camera was muted. So he decided to take a little soiree over to Pornhub and proceeded to...
in the middle, who was he talking to?
Well, it was a conference call on Zoom.
And he thought no one else could see him on a conference call?
He said his camera was... He thought his camera was muted.
Okay, what does that really matter when you're doing what you're doing?
So this guy proceeded to take care of business, so to say, and while everybody's watching. So now he's been suspended.
What magazine was he with? Forbes?
New Yorker.
The New Yorker?
He also did some stuff with CNN.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money he's going to lose now.
Yeah. Well, how about his family? His wife. He knocked up one of his neighbor's daughter, and he's got to pay child support for that. Oh, boy. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Art. Good afternoon. Jim, hello again.
He got his neighbor's daughter pregnant?
Yeah.
Who the hell is this guy? Jesus.
He's all over the internet.
Yeah.
I guess I was too busy figuring out editing. Where did you guys see this? Was it on Twitter?
On Twitter. It was on Facebook, yesterday or early this morning?
Yeah, yesterday.
The different talk shows were talking about it today.
That's insane. How embarrassing.
Yeah. He's an idiot. He's obviously has a left-wing bias, and he hates Trump.
Well, he's got no platform anymore, so...
Yeah.
Well, he can keep his Twitter page and Facebook page until you decide to be a moderator on Thursday, and then you delete your Twitter page because you don't want to get caught stating everything you've been saying about the bias that you have for the president.
Holy cow. I can't imagine. Bob Casey, how are you feeling?
And how's your wife?
Yeah, what's going on in the Casey household?
Yeah.
I know he's had the COVID come around, knocking on his door.
Ouch.
Yeah, he came down with it. Hello, Brian.
Yep. Well, you heard about Ray Bob, don't you?
Yes. Ray Bob passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Herron did a little, I guess, tribute video.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Mike from GFO Drones and Tech, he had COVID.
Yeah. Well, back.
Positive? Or, yeah, he had it previous to this.
Yeah.
I remember that. But anyway, we got to talk about the elephant.
Hello, Ron.
Ron's not an elephant.
Hey, Ron.
No.
Ron,
I'm saying hello to Ron before we talk about the elephant.
I know. DJI put out their Pocket 2. Who's buying it? let's see. Let's go share it first.
Mm.
And if you scroll on it, it automatically does this. Then it shows you. Now it's 64 megapixel, 4K 30, 4K 60.
Wow.
Yeah, impressive.
Mm.
Let's just tell them okay so we can get rid of that.
Mm.
Full panoramics, of course.
Yeah. And we can see Steve's already ordering it right now.
No. No.
Active Track 3. You know, this reminds me of when the Power Egg was trying to push this.
Mm-hmm.
At CES, they just put the camera down and let it track along. She was on a swing going back and forth, and it was following her.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Good morning, Tomas.
is that something I'm really going to use here?
A lot of people have used it for that. Jim and I had talked a little bit just briefly earlier this afternoon about this. A great video, which he does a phenomenal job. His reviews and his tutorials is Aldrin, A Flight Path. Make sure you go watch it. He does an excellent job. Once again, he's out there with his kids filming, and he gets his whole family involved. They're out at SeaWorld. They're out at the zoo. They're out at Balboa Park.
Wow.
A multitude of places where they shot for this. And he gives you the good. Nothing really not so good, because there's a lot of improvements that they did. I think they listened the first go around, because Aldrin does his thing where he'll do the review and he said what he would like to see in the next one that he felt that they missed even this time around. Well, he did that for the first one, and they picked up several of those items and included it in with this new one. Which the big thing is the 2x zoom at 4K and 4x zoom at 1080.
Let's watch a little quick commercial.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Can't stop,
11
won't stop.
seconds.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
So they're mounting it somewhere. Now that's where that creativity kit comes in.
Well, that creativity kit includes a wireless transmitter for audio.
Yes. I'm going to show that.
There's a lot of other stuff. Plus, it includes the other thing that it included with the update was a wider field of view, and then they have a magnetic clip-on that you just put on, and it even gives it another wider field of view.
Yeah, let's see this.
Wow.
And I don't remember the exact increase, but for somebody who's looking to do, like selfies or say even if you're doing a vlog or something like that, having the wireless capability, there's 4 microphones on the unit itself now.
Wow.
Yes.
Mr. Ron.
Hey, Ron.
That is pretty small.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Robbie Chowdhury wants to know, are you able to live stream using the DJI Pocket 2?
I heard that people did live stream with the original Pocket, so I don't see why you can't with this one. I actually saw videos on how to do it.
I think going through the app. And one of the things that's cool on this is how they had that, that little, like for the iPhone, it's got the clip that comes out the side for plugging it in so you can use the app with it.
Yeah.
It has all that, but what it's got cool on it now is on the main body, it's a joystick. So you can move it around to control the gimbal controls on the on the back of it. So you can actually just hold the whole entire unit and have it tilt up, down, and move it all around. So you have full control of it now.
Oh, cool.
Here's the thing, which I don't get. Okay, you've seen the RS2, and now this, all before Christmas. You've got the action camera, the Osmo Action. is this for a different market?
Yeah. This is for non-action, but action.
I could see, okay, you're going on vacation. If I'm at Disneyland, maybe I would walk
Yeah.
around with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this. I know it does 4K 30, 4K 60, but I mean spec-wise, I think I'd feel more comfortable with the Osmo Action as far as smoothness, or
Well,
the GoPro.
Well, one of the things in the creator pack, it includes it's like it extends the whole body, so you can holding the body larger. But in that, it also includes a quarter 20 threaded stud for mounting it on a tripod.
And they're not showing the wireless microphone here either that they showed.
That's in the creative pack.
Why?
Click the next one down. Click the button down. There you go.
There we go. There we go.
Ah.
These are the wireless microphones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it comes with a dead cat too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what they've got for pictures. Okay. That is the tunes from Sons of Anarchy.
It is.
What, is Chris Hope calling you?
Yeah, there's another pizza coming.
Yeah, it's a pizza delivery guy. Oh.
Hey, Mel.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Mel.
Hey, Mel. Good to see you down. I just found out the
Margie.
company I work for just got sold. We got new owners.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yep.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that good or bad, Art?
We met them today. We had a company meeting out at the carport over by the executive building and met the new owners. The old owners weren't around. So they said they tell us everything is going to stay the same. No change in pay. Still the same benefits. 401ks not changing. But the company is still moving because the previous owners, they sold the property
Right.
before they sold the company. So now I have no idea where they're going to move it to. Hopefully somewhere in the metro area.
Yeah, Metro Tampa.
Well, look at it this way, Art. The other owners lived the opposite way of where your business was at from you. Who knows? Maybe they'll move closer towards you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bring some positivity into 2020 as it goes out the door.
Now,
Or
if
the-
they
or the
move
best-
Longmont has the real high speed internet up there that we don't have down here. They've got 1 gig internet up there.
Okay.
You know, Tim from the
Tim Jackson?
Skiing Eye Dog. No, what was that? The Four-Eyed King. Yeah, he gets 1 gig up, 1 gig down.
Holy Christ.
And
Yeah,
he's
he's on
paying
fiber
50
optic,
bucks
yeah.
a month for it.
Yeah.
How much?
How much?
50 bucks a month. Well, that's because he got in early.
Oh,
And they
okay.
gave him a good deal, and he lives in a duplex. So he's sharing his internet with his neighbors, so it's costing him 25 bucks because they're paying him. Yep.
Man.
I'll tell you
That's-
what, when Spectrum first came out with their gigabit, I should have jumped. Ken Herron jumped on it. I did not jump on it, and the price actually doubled. It's like $200 a month or something now.
I'm paying $99 a month for gigabit, but it's only $9.40 down and $40 up.
I see.
So it's not true gigabit because it's
Right.
going over cable. But
Yeah.
you can get up to roughly 500 up with no problem over cable. It's just that they don't choose not to do it.
I wanted to talk to Ray Kelly tonight about flying in Long Island's. You got MacArthur Airport sitting in the middle of Long Island. On north side is LaGuardia, the Kennedy, and the south side is Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Kennedy. You're in a mess there, and I wondered how he was able to fly drones.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. So anyway,
Well, Rick says he ordered his Pocket 2 today, and that does not surprise me one bit.
no,
The upgrades that they made over the original one are everything we needed it to be. Everything the first one should have been. Better audio, more options.
are you seeing a trend?
Well, it's just
The version 2 of everything?
yeah, everything's. I'm waiting for a version 2 of the Osmo Action actually, because that wouldn't surprise me if they dropped that before Christmas.
Yeah.
But
What does that
Uh,
need? Ron and you both have that.
it needs live streaming, just like the Pocket needs live streaming, because none of these little things have the ability to do live streaming.
I saw a YouTube video on how to live stream the Pocket, but I don't know about the Osmo Action.
Well, you can't live stream the Pocket unless you use an outside third-party app, same as the Action camera, because the Mimo app does not have live streaming options in it. Now,
The
you're
Fly
supposed
app
to.
doesn't either, right?
You're supposed to be able to do it, but I've never got it to work. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a paperweight when you try to live stream with it.
But what is it missing that you? I mean, it's to me, it's ahead of the game in my Hero 8 because when the Hero 8 knocks over, you're breaking the glass. There's no front ring to put on any protective filter, let alone an ND filter. I don't know if you would use an ND so much for an action camera. But Ron, you've got some great shots out of that damn thing.
Yeah, I have that up in Alaska. The only thing I wish it maybe it had was some kind of zoom.
It does, the new one.
Oh, it
Two
does.
times on 4K and 4 times in 1080.
Right.
No, the action.
The action.
No, the
the Action.
Osmo. Yeah,
Osmo.
the Pocket. The Action has no zoom.
Yeah, I would. That's what I'm saying. That's what I wish it did. I had the Pocket, and I sold that well over a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a year since I used mine, or probably close to it.
Hey, is that battery interchangeable?
On the Pocket,
Yeah.
no, it's internal, locked in. All you can do is charge it.
Wow, I wonder how long that lasts.
Well, I've had mine a long time. I got mine when it first come out. I was at Spin Up, the first Spin Up, when it got delivered to my house. It just didn't get there.
2 years.
Yeah, it just didn't get there before I left for Spin Up. But I got to play with Rick Smith's at Spin Up, so I actually got to hold it and see it and check it out and everything. Rick Halber says, "You crack me up, Mel. Know me like a book." Yeah, I knew damn well he'd be buying that thing right up.
Mike Kinney, how are you, brother?
Mike.
Oh, I go?
There he is.
I pressed the wrong button. I was going.
That might have been on my end.
No, it was me. I went to press the thing where people could see your name.
Hey, Mike, good to see you.
Take
Now,
notifications.
Hello, Mike.
Hey Mike, if they
Hey, Ron. Hey.
smoothed out the process for setting up the live streaming feature in the Mimo app and made it work dependably, then it'll be pretty cool. But I haven't tried it. And I've only seen videos where people say they got it working. And I've talked to one person that said they actually got it to work in real life.
If I was going to live stream, I'd rather do it with the Osmo Action than the Pocket because I can see a lot of this with the Pocket. It's such a tiny.
Well, the thing of it is, though, is with it being on a gimbal, it absorbs most of that motion. It's like having a DSLR on a gimbal.
Right.
So
that guy that Scotty makes things. He made that. What is
the
the
Z-axis. Yep.
the extra axis?
Yeah, the Z-axis.
The axis, yeah. I actually bought that too.
I bought that for the regular
You
Osmo,
should.
and that turns out to be as big as this damn
Yep.
Yeti microphone and the stand and all that. When you're
Yeah.
holding that with a Z-axis,
Yep.
it's a lot.
And you know, in my usage with the Osmo Pocket, didn't really need the Z-axis. I mean, I've not needed it. There's been a few times it would have been nice to have, but if you want to attach the thing to the hood of your car via GoPro mount or something and drive down the road, I could see where it would be handy to have. But for just everyday use, and the average person, let's remember who the Pocket is targeted for. It's targeted for grandma in the backyard with the kid's birthday party. It's targeted for, you know, it's an inexpensive gimbal camera, and so it's targeted to the under 20 crowd that, you know, or under 14 crowd maybe, I don't know, but grandma and grandpa with that want to shoot video in the backyard of the kids. It's you know what I mean? It's a small handheld, and I used it. I know, right? I used it the most. Actually, just keeping it in the console in my pickup. I'm driving around on the back road in the woods, and I see a deer. It's like boom, the thing's up in 8 seconds and filming. You know, but it didn't have zoom and stuff like that. So it's in 1080 having 4K zoom. That's really quite a bit for such a small package.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, gentlemen,
impressed. I'm impressed.
I gotta move out of here. I'll be back in a little while. I've got a board of directors meeting. I've got to go online here, so I'll join you guys back in about an hour. Good to see you,
don't
Al.
do a tubing,
Hi,
Steve.
Mike.
Hey, Al.
Art, Jim, everyone in the chat.
Hey, Al.
Dre.
Hey, Dre.
Howdy, Jim.
But yeah, I was actually thinking about, I don't know, I've toyed with the idea of giving away the Pocket that I have because I don't use it.
What are you guys talking about? The Osmo Pocket?
Yeah, that
the
new
new one.
Pocket 2. Did you
Yeah,
see that?
I
Al?
bought the first one, used it a few times, and it's just collecting dust.
Exactly, Al. I'm the same way.
I'm a glutton for that.
Especially now with the gimbal setup with the Osmo Mobile 3 that I have using this camera. I just wish this camera had Wi-Fi so it could connect to the Mobile 3. That would be amazing.
They let you to believe it has Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work. I remember you were trying to figure that out.
It has Wi-Fi that you can connect to your phone and watch the videos on a bigger screen that you've shot with it, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi built into. You can connect with the app on the phone. You know what I mean? Or the app on the gimbal.
I see.
I've had an Osmo Mobile 3 for a year, and my phone wasn't compatible with it, but I just got one. I just ordered a new phone today, so I guess I'll finally use it.
Oh, you mean the phone didn't have enough RAM or whatever to take the app?
No, it said. I mean, it said it only needed Bluetooth 6.0 or better, you know, low energy, and it did have that, but something else. I don't know why it wasn't compatible. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
they said that was all required.
Look at the list of all phones that's compatible with.
So the phone you had wouldn't load you couldn't load the Mimo app in it? Uh-oh, he froze up.
Yeah, I had the same problem with the. I have a Samsung A11.
Yeah, all right.
And it wouldn't work with the Fly app for the Mavic Air 2.
My LG Stylo wasn't doing it either. So I went and got the Samsung Note 9 off of Amazon for like $300.
I ended up getting an S6, and it works fine. I don't have it activated. I just use it for, flying the drone.
And see, that's funny. My Stylo 5 works fine with the gimbal.
So, bro,
Hey,
with today's new phones, I don't think you'll probably even need any of those cameras.
Well, I made sure that this
Probably.
phone had 6 gigabytes of room of RAM
Just say today's new phone.
for these. That LG only had 2 to begin with, and I didn't check it. But it's one of those phones they give you free when you get the plan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't checked it ahead of time. 2 gigabytes is gone in a second, boys. I'll tell you that.
Capture Life says his Osmo Pocket's been on the market for months. Still collecting dust on his shelf, probably.
Are you trying to sell it? You know what? I find that Facebook Marketplace,
Mm-hmm.
people move stuff on there, man, and I've bought quite a few things off of there.
I've done some good and some bad. I've got some horror stories from it. But it's a good place to do, and it's better than eBay because you don't have to pay the fees.
Yeah, I stay away from eBay because of all the lying. What's something bad that you've run into with the marketplace?
I bought an iPhone 7 that I was told it wasn't unlocked, and I don't know, it might have been stolen.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get on the App Store to download the Mimo app. I wanted to use, or the Fly app. I mean, the only reason I was looking for an iPhone was for the Mini. And when I couldn't get, the girl said, if you can't make it work, I'll give you your money back. No problem. Well, I couldn't make it work. So I went an hour later to get my money back, and it was a huge issue. Turned into a big fiasco.
Yeah, I've already spent the money. Don't have it anymore.
so many people on there try to, price you down, and they want to do trades, and too many young kids on there too.
That was my problem. I found out later, this gal that I bought it from, when I took it back to get my money back, I was sitting in my car. I never got out of my car either time, in fact, that I met up with her in her driveway where she lived. And I held the phone out the window and I said, now look, you told me that if I couldn't make this work, you'd give me my money back. Now uphold your end of your word and, give me my money back. And she grabbed the phone out of my hand. She had some money in her other hand. So I tried to grab her the money. Well, she pulled away and I still never get out of the car. I'm like, look, give me the phone or the money or I'm calling the cops. Well, then her mom walked around the back of my car and took a picture of my license plate. All right. She went in the house and got the rest of the money. Hello, Matt. And come back out and hemmed and hawed about giving it to me. But she finally gave it to me. And yeah, just then I found out that she was only 15. And you couldn't tell by looking at her that she was 15. Exactly. So here I am grabbing, trying to get my money or the phone from this lady. And I find out later it's a freaking minor,
You're stuck.
She could have had me arrested in a New York second.
Yeah.
Even here in Arkansas, I mean.
Well, Ron, I did
Hello,
see
everybody.
a lot of stuff with or trade of
I stay away from those.
equal to value, that kind of thing, equal to
Yeah.
or greater than value.
And even though you mark in your description, not interested in trades, price is firm, people still try to,
Yeah.
I got lucky. I got all 3 of my lenses off of there for the cameras, Ron, off of there, and did great. Because I guess, you know what, with something like that, you're going to get a guy who's 40s and older anyway. He's into photography,
I'm fixing to list my motorcycle on there.
Yeah. And you won't get any, well, you might get maybe a kid's daddy paying for it. I was going to say you wouldn't get any kids on there. But
Right.
I turned to that first. I haven't used eBay in so long, I can't tell you, because of all the scams I saw where they show you the product, but then people were getting a picture of the product. You know, they weren't getting the actual thing. Try and get your money back from someone on eBay. It's not going to happen.
The problem with eBay is they are more geared towards the buyer. The seller has no rights whatsoever. And it's like, especially if you have a high-priced item, so many people will go to the post office or UPS, and they have a videotape that they can use as evidence. So if a case is opened up, okay, here's the product. It's going in the box. Here's Mr. Postman closing up the box. Because, yeah, there's high-priced items like, oh, I received a box of rocks, or, you know, nobody believes. These scammers try everything.
Oh, yeah.
I sold my Evo on eBay, and the guy tried to said that the video quality was crap and it was jumpy and jittery and everything. And asked him what he had the camera settings at. He had no clue what he was doing. And I had him send me it. He called me every name in the book, and I want my money back. You're a scammer. So I asked him, I said, one thing first, send me the video. And I tore it down and looked and said, oh, I see why your video looks so choppy. Why don't you try this in your camera settings? And he did it, and he's like, oh, I feel really terrible now. Yeah, you should, moron, before you start calling me names.
And so you became a teacher too. You're not just selling an item. You adopted the guy.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he had
issues on forums, not just on eBay. I sold a drone to a guy. A month later, he said he received an email from the guy he sold it to saying it doesn't work anymore. And I had pictures, video, everything. So he put a hold on it, and wound up getting dinged in PayPal. So I fought it, and PayPal didn't even have my back, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah,
but I did put the whole story on that very website, and I think they blacklisted him from that forum. And he wound up sending me like $650 of it, but he said he threw the drone out. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
I didn't want to bring up that shit. It was so ridiculous.
What people try and do sometimes is they've got say you're buying a phone, and they've got a broken one, and they go and get the one off you, and then a day later they say the one you sold me shit, and they go through and show you the broken one, the one that doesn't turn on or something like that, and that's when they try and get their money back. So they try and get a free phone basically. Or anything, lawnmower, anything. Well, not really a lawnmower, but anything electronic and all that sort of stuff. People can just say, it's not working anymore, it's shit.
Wow, man, you just gave me a great idea for my dead Mavic Pro Platinum.
Do it, dude. Do it.
My integrity won't let me even try it, let alone pull it off.
That's right. Why would you? I bought a phone, an S9, and the very day later, it died.
Oh,
and I'm not kidding you, mate. I'm not kidding you. And this bloke goes, I work for Telstra, and we get a phone every year, and I never use them, so I just sell them. And this thing looked legit and all that sort of crap. And I even took it down the phone shop and crap. And he goes, no, this thing's had it. The motherboard's gone in it. I just said, I got it yesterday. And he goes, where did you get it? And he goes, and I said, eBay. And he just goes,
wow.
I was going to buy a drone off of some guy. He was in California, but he was way off the coast. And there was no airport near him. And I'm not about to send a couple of grand to somebody. So I'm asking him all kinds of questions that, you guys would ask. What's the serial number? Let me see some video from it and all that. The guy got annoyed with me. And I said, fine, you can be annoyed. But anyway, we didn't make the sale because I asked too many questions.
Yeah.
Was that you? Holy shit, I was buying somebody.
Somebody got annoyed.
How many years ago?
Shame on them.
If he had an airport near him, I was just going to fly there, hand him the money, because it was better. It was above a Mavic 2 Pro price. and I'm not sending that through the mail or PayPal and never seeing it again. You know what I mean?
One thing you got to be careful of, especially on eBay, is you get. I've had this happen 3 or 4 times now, where they their profile says one address, but they want you to send it to another. Like, nope.
That's scary shit.
You got to be careful, because I've had people living in the U.S. and or in Canada and try to have me send it to a U.S. Address. Not happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought that yesterday, secondhand off of. It was about an hour's drive from my place, but $150 for that. You know, the one with the stands and the bags and all that sort of shit. So they've still got all the stickers on it and all.
Is that the new 4?
This is the 3. This is the Osmo Mobile 3.
Okay.
What'd you pay for that US?
Hang on.
Well, he paid $1.50 on
calculator here.
Maybe $20 US.
Currency exchange.
Let me go.
Aussie dollars to US dollar. Dang. Which is what,
Oh my
75
God.
cents to it.
We're really
American.
making it figure it out.
Oh shit, man!
You got to put that decimal point in there.
Fuck it.
I've done that. And don't hit the division button.
Yep.
Just guesstimate.
$1 is 47 pesos in Philippine money.
105 bucks.
Oh, right.
$105 US.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I did
Right.
really good then because I got mine for 50.
Oh,
Where'd you get yours from? The
London
flea
Art.
market?
Oh,
London
friend.
Oh, London Art.
You got it from a friend.
Ron seems the
Lon-
person that has a
in-
surplus of things.
And the adapter that we found from PGY Tech that holds the action camera,
Right.
he ordered that because he has Amazon Prime and I don't. So he ordered that. It was $19.99. So I gave him $70 because I wanted that bracket that he ordered for me and shipped with the Pocket, the Mobile 3 when he sent it to me. So, yeah,
do you like the 3, mate? Do you like it?
love it. It works great. I can move this camera around really well. And this is a heavy camera. So that adapter had to have a stout counterbalance weight, you know. It works fantastically. And when I put the Stylo 5 in, running the Mimo app, I don't have to take the case off. It'll fit. And when I run the Mimo app and connect to the Osmo, I can run all the functions, Zoom, everything.
Yeah. I mucked around with it yesterday. But
I'm pleased with it.
What I did find was this Galaxy 20 gets extremely hot.
Oh, yeah?
Yours does?
Yeah.
The S20? That's what I got.
Yeah, S20. Now,
Wait a minute. You paid $1,000 for a telephone?
no, I haven't paid $1,000 for it yet, mate.
Oh, you're paying them monthly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this point, I've got that for $140.
Yeah, see, they don't do the
AT&T
monthly
used to do
thing
that
over
to
here
me.
anymore.
AT&T does it.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't do that. But it was getting hot, man, really hot. And I mean, you've been on a chat with me, you know, on Messenger and shit like that when I'm driving, mate. Yeah, it did. It shut down on me. It shut down on me when I was doing a live, when I was chatting to Jim once, just on Messenger. So when it's using this camera, it's really getting bloody hot, mate. Now I don't know if that's bloody normal or not. And yours is in a case too, Mel.
Yeah.
So does yours get warm at all?
I haven't used it a whole lot, but no, not that I've noticed.
Mine doesn't get warm at all, and I just use it to do those videos.
But yours is a Samsung, right? Don't they make luggage?
That's Samsonite.
See, mine's a real phone. It's an LG.
Samsonite don't
Android.
count. The only thing LG
In fact,
does
in fact,
fantastically
both
is
of my
make
phones are
displays.
LGs.
They make nice fridges. Yeah. This is the Samsung. I don't know. I like the Samsung. I've had Samsungs for a while now.
You've had the 4 too, right? You've had the Samsung 4?
Oh yeah, but I've had the 2, the 4, the 7, the 359, which lasted one day off of eBay, and now this one. So this replaced the 7 for me.
Dre, which one is that? Is that the 22?
Yeah, that's the 20. I got it free for upgrading my plan to unlimited.
Well, Verizon keeps sending me that, but there's got to be a catch. Because what happened is I bought this Note 9 off of Amazon. So when I walked into Verizon, I had my own phone. I didn't need anything from all I wanted them to do was turn on the damn service. $300 later, I've got my 55 and older plan with everything's unlimited.
Yeah, I think because I've been with the AT&T for close to 20 years, and all my phones that I had 5 phones on that plan, all of them are paid for. They're like, well, here you go, Mr. Crawford. Here's a free one. So I was like, thank you.
They keep trying to push me to get the S20 now. Verizon does.
It is a pretty sweet.
I think they must have a surplus of those because I said they gave me mine free, and I asked the guy 4 times. I'm not paying anything for this monthly. I'm not paying for this. And I said, no, Mr. Crawford, this is free for you and all this kind of stuff. Because I was mad because I had one of my daughters get off my plan, and the guy took off my wife's educational instructor discount. So I was a little ticked off because my bill went up by $40. So I went ready to tear somebody's head off for $40. And the guy said, well, here's a free phone, Mr. Crawford. We'll get it straight.
Ron, do you get the EMS discount?
I get it through the hospital. It's 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my wife's. Hers was 25% for educator.
Yeah.
Hey,
How do
Jim,
you
is it
find
right if I
S20
ask Dre
camera?
a question? I don't want to jump off topic.
What? Go ahead.
Dre, how hard is it to take that SWIP test certification?
Oh, my certification for my SISIC, it's tricky, dude. It's a 2.5. Let's see, is it 2.5 or 1.5? It's only like they go over the whole general construction permit in a day and a half, and the test is that next afternoon.
How many questions?
It's about the whole test is over. I think it's a 100-question test, and it's graded by 3 instructors and stuff. And I broke mine up in 2 sections when I did mine. I did the first 50-question part as a entry level, and then came back about 6 months later and took the second part, which is the harder part. And it took me twice to get past that thing. Because you got to go and do a mapping of a site, identify all the BMPs, which is your control measures and everything else, identify different things on the map. So it's pretty technical and everything.
I appreciate
it. I'll say real quick, Ray, that froze up, man. Ray Kelly was worried about his internet, and it when he came on, it was frozen up. Darn it.
But you have a lot on. Where's Mike? Mike
bounced out. Okay. But Al, the big thing about it, once you get that certification, my certification through SISIC is good in the U.S., all 50 states, is good in Canada, Malaysia, Philippines, and I think Guam.
For how long?
What's your research? Lifetime.
You don't have to research?
I don't have to research. Long as I pay that money every 2 years, I'm good. Which is I think I pay them $120 maybe, something like that every 2 years. Now my QSP, that is contingent upon, long as my SISIC is current, my QSP in the state of California is current. That's the qualified SWIP practitioner. You can't get, that's an easier test. It's about 100.
You can't sign off on sites unless you have that, what you just mentioned right now.
No, you can't because what's going on now is that the state water board is now requiring construction sites to have a a QSP on site for all the different large projects like the ones I go out and see. So basically, I'm dealing with same individuals like myself who may work for a company, a Hillwood, a former Millie Severson, big outfits like that are building these commercial tilt-ups all over the place. And so that's where the push is in California. That's why I say if you get it out here, once you get it, it's like gold. You hold on to it, you can work anywhere. I can walk away from Southern California, go up to Northern California, and get a job pretty quick because I have those credentials behind my name. So on my business card, it says, let me pull my business card up here. I got one around here.
Is that like a skyscraper thing, Al?
What skyscraper thing?
This inspection stuff you're talking about.
It's for like sewer, so no water gets in the inlets and the creeks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, it consists of storm channels, sewage spills. But the big thing here in California is that they're pushing to keep all water on site. They don't want nothing running off the sites any longer. So they want the water to go back into the underground water table. And that way we can make sure we don't have much, when we have drought seasons, the ground doesn't get so brittle, so to speak, so it keeps the moisture in the ground. So that's the whole gist of the whole thing. But this is something that's coming across nationwide. It's going to affect slowly for the last 5 years nationwide. I figure about the next 15 years, you won't be able to go on a construction site without seeing someone like me on there. You know, a lot of times they combine what I do with a environmental safety guy, the guy who's the kind of OSHA guy for your company. He usually does the same thing I do in combination, but it's about having all those credentials. You got to have a lot of civilian jobs. You got to have like 10-hour OSHA certification, 30-hour OSHA certification on top of your SISIC, on top of your QSP. And right above that is a QSD, which is a qualified SWIP designer, which you're the guy who actually makes the maps for projects and so forth, which I'll be going for that probably next year.
Yeah, I'm not looking to get that deep in. I'm just looking to sign off on sites when you're inspecting them.
Well, that's pretty much
the SWIDL, whatever they call it, the WIDL,
the SWIP. It stands for Stormwater Pollution Protection Plan. That's what it stands for. And you run to some real old timers, they call it sweepy. Real old timers call it that. It's SWIP. But it's coming.
That should not be any problem unless you damage the card by bringing it in and out.
Right on, Dre. I appreciate the info. Sorry about that, Jim.
Oh, no problem.
Although that's something the whole country's got a problem with. We got pipes breaking here, pollution filters and all that. The whole infrastructure system is shit over here. Has to be redone. If I was you, I would get my FEMA certifications first. Start out with FEMA 100.
That's what I plan on doing that too next year. Is get my FEMA 100. Just in case I talked to. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of Drone Hive. I'm sure you heard of Jim.
Yeah.
They called me yesterday. They called me today and interviewed me over the phone for possibly doing some work out west. And I asked them about national disaster situations because, I mean, I've been in construction for almost 18 years now, and when things are slow here, you would like to be able to go somewhere else and get some work. And I said natural disaster areas are like a gold for construction guys run heavy equipment.
What was your vibe on them? What was your vibe on them, on Drone Hive?
The lady I talked to seemed, she seemed, very nice. I mean, I don't know if I impressed her more than she impressed me because I told her all my credentials, the things I do on the sites, everything else. She said, "Oh, that's nice, you know." I don't know if she just buttered me up and tried to throw me some cheap jobs or something down the road. I don't know.
I got an email from her, and it was her, that said she was having trouble contacting me through the phone number and all that. And I'm like, I don't even remember signing up for something called Drone Hive. And now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, I've heard the name a few times on some live streams. In the some of the forums, you hear the name. I finally looked them up and I guess put my name down as an interest card, and they called me up and said, "We're looking for people like you to have certifications in construction field to do drone operations for them." Because, like same thing, everybody wants somebody to have credentials now. and that's where everything's going. You know, just showing up and say I can fly a drone, this doesn't cut it anymore. They want you to have some kind of credential so you can sign off on stuff and go from there. Because just having you fly it, and they got to hire somebody else to interpret what you flew, it's just a waste of money. They want to narrow it down to minimize their staffing.
I wonder where they're trying to go with that, because companies like Bentley and all that are training their own personnel.
Yes, they're trying to stay in house because I say getting a Part 107 is a lot easier than getting somebody certified in stormwater erosion control and sediment and so forth. So they got somebody in house that already has that. They say, okay, we're going to put you through one of these pilot 101 deals. Go through the training, get past this test, and that way you can go fly all our sites and everything's in house.
Bentley's a big construction company. If you don't know them, they're into BIM.
Yeah, I got another company I've talked to. I think it's called Balfour or something. They're international, and they're building a water treatment plant out here in Highland, California. And I always get things from them across the country. I guess I got a notice from today from Washington State about the environmental person, which is basically kind of ocean safety guy, and what I do for positions.
The only way I'm traveling is if there's a contract involved, because all these droners IO jobs are ridiculous. We talked about that before.
Yeah, it's a race to the bottom.
Right.
It's a problem.
Don't bid on those jobs, Jim.
Yeah, it's a problem with the.
You know what I've started doing?
Guys who actually bid on them.
If they say $100 or $150, I bid on them and make it $250. You pay me, you pay me.
I did the same thing. This guy they want like $100. I said,
yeah,
$200.
Yeah, with the equipment I got, go get somebody with a Mavic Mini. Because I'll tell you what, you're gonna laugh. I did I'm not going to say for who, but it was an inspection for hurricane inspection for bridge integrity. They were hiring guys. There was a crew of 5 or 6 of us. These guys had Mavic Pros and shit. You should see the video that these guys submitted. It's garbage.
Mavic Pros?
Yeah. Mavic Pros.
And they were doing bridge inspections.
Yeah, it was 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, I'm just saying, what are they looking for with a Mavic Pro? That the bridge is still there?
Yeah.
The video was that shitty. Yes.
That was their stunt drone. They wanted to send out, and didn't matter if they lost it.
I use my Mavic Pro for general work at construction sites, but if I want to get something detailed, like I said, I flew some street pavement jobs a couple of weekends ago. I broke out the Phantom 4, Phantom 4 Pro, because they want the overhead shots of the proposed streets, and they wanted to be able to show it. And once I stitched them all together, they saw the picture. They fell in love with them. They said they even saw the USA markings on the ground and all the markouts of the ADA ramps for handicap uses and everything else on the ground. They said it's like them being right there and standing on top of a ladder looking down.
I tell you what, we've got some bad friggin' asphalt contractors around here. Not even a month later, these roads are cracking.
You should see the roads out here in California.
Yeah,
so
I think
it's small earthquakes here.
They were never like that in New York. I'll tell you that.
Shit.
It's some new stuff they're using out there. We've had it in our city. It's more like a rubberized type of a slurry. They put on their eyes called. I'm an old paver myself, and I'm used to going back up and actually using the Class 2 base on the ground, coming in with maybe about usually standard street has about what we call 1500s of AC what you're driving on most cases, unless it's the actual commercial grade road where you may have somewhere around 4/10 of asphalt, which is 4/10 of asphalt is equivalent to about 6 inches of asphalt. That's what you should have in a commercial area. 1500s is about 3 inches. So that's a standard road that you drive on. But they use this stuff now. I call it slurries, like I call icing on the cake. It makes the street look nice and black and everything else, but there's nothing to it underneath it. It's the same road underneath it. They didn't grind it out or anything else. They just put this nice little slurry on top, like I said, like an icing on the cake. and that's where all it is a lot of times. And they crack seal it to make sure all the cracks are sealed up. But after one good winter, it's shot.
Right.
No.
It's shot.
You got to put that down at 300 degrees, don't you?
Usually 265 is the limit. You cannot do asphalt work if the asphalt, when it arrives on site, is below 265 degrees. The inspector will send it back.
Man, you know what that does though? When you say icing on the cake, what that does is keeps people in work. Because if they were serious about doing a road that never needed fixing, they could do it. And all it is about employment and keeping the jobs going. And this,
Don't hear any complaints about your roads.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Not so bad if you're driving a car, but if you're a motorcyclist,
And Matt,
Yeah.
you're 100% correct in that aspect. It does keep people busy, but the cost of doing a road. When you take an average block, let's say quarter-mile run. Okay, a quarter-mile run of asphalt will cost you somewhere around $20,000. $20,000. Grind it out, redo it, regrade it, bring it back up. $20,000 for a quarter mile.
Oh, I believe it. We got a damn intersection.
Yeah, and
An
an
intersection at $28 million for an intersection.
So that's what I'm saying. It's the slurry. It makes the citizens happy because it looks good. Okay, it keeps you in budget because it don't cost as much. But the problem is you end up paying more down the road because you're doing more maintenance work.
Yeah.
Stuff from potholing in between. Like I said, if you're a place that has like the East Coast here has a lot of storms, throws of salt on the road, all that stuff is a road asphalt. Asphalt is a substance. It's flexible, and once you break the integrity of it, it's shot. It is shot.
yeah. Because you got a lot of concrete roads over there too.
They come by the wayside out in California. Everything's going asphalt, but we do have some old streets that are concrete. But concrete, same thing. Once it chips, it's so expensive to fix it.
That's the problem. Our side roads are all asphalt. Our interstates are concrete, but our secondary roads are asphalt. And you get those truckers on there, and they
start getting the
it's terrible.
the
That road
infrastructure
they travel to work.
the worst.
the bowl effect.
Rob Glaze, you lived in Germany for 3 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Yeah. I've been on the Autobahn.
I said, could
Many
you
cars.
imagine a 3 foot by 3 foot pothole on the Autobahn?
Oh, dude, imagine hitting that. Yeah. Well, there's only one lane you can do those speeds in. The rest of it's all normal. And it's not the whole section of the Autobahn you can actually do it on. When I was there anyway. So there's only sections where you can open up a Ferrari, and that's only in one lane. You can only stay in that lane. But I was stuck on there. I was heading to Dresden, I think it was. There was a car crash, and we were there for hours. Man, that place was just shut down.
Can you imagine, Jim, working EMS, going out to one of those crashes?
We had in the 90s here, you haven't seen that section. Half of this town is all dirt roads, and people were buying the lots because they were cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once they buy the lot and they start bitching that the roads aren't done,
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I used to get stuck, because if you guys don't know, an ambulance is basically a Ford F-450 truck with a body on it. So when you're sitting on the floor trying to get an IV in a patient doing this, right, Ron? It's hell on those dirt roads.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the dirt
what was
roads in Wyoming, they're 50, 60 mile an hour speed limit. But they actually are pretty solid. They just got that fine gravel. And the problem with that is you got to worry about the stones, and I don't know how many chips I get in my windshield all the time, and people passing by you. But the roads themselves are actually pretty solid.
You know what I'm surprised about is places like Illinois with a 55 mile an hour limit on it. The roads are beautiful. I mean, the interstates are beautiful, and yet you're restricted to 55 mile an hour. Is that still the case?
New York too.
No, 65.
Terrible.
Illinois in the open. in Illinois, in the open area, the speed limit is 70.
Yeah.
Is it because when
yeah.
you've got exits every quarter of a mile, you can't have a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit.
That's changed, hasn't it? It was 55.
What they started
years
doing
ago,
was
years
putting
ago.
traffic
On the
lights.
outskirts of Chicago, you get that because they make you stop so many times for tolls
Yeah.
on the same highway.
Yeah.
And is Michigan still 60?
I think it's 65.
Yeah, Michigan's 65 for cars, 60 for trucks now.
Yeah.
No, it might be 70 for cars now.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
70
yeah.
in Florida.
Most of the states are in the 70s.
80.
Can I change the subject and ask a question? Because I need to get, believe it or not, guys, I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. I have a question on the smart controller. How many guys here have the smart controller? 1, 2. Jim, you don't have one?
No.
Matt?
What's up?
Oh, okay. So Al and Ron, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna switch cameras, and you'll recognize this screen now right away. I'm sure, right?
You blow him up, Jim? Or make him large, rather?
Oh, of course it goes out of focus when I go.
It's not a Brio, is it?
Ah,
I bet is it a Brio?
No.
No,
Oh, damn.
come on.
That would have been funny.
yeah, would have.
Anyway, now this is gonna irritate the living daylights out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Rio has a slider where you can adjust the autofocus.
Let me try backing it away a little bit more.
So how about that, Matt?
Yeah, that works fantastic. I can see.
Shut up.
Well,
Okay.
and kiss my. Anyway, damn it. So maybe you guys will be able to see this well enough, even though it's not perfectly in focus. What I'm going to look at here is the flight record, right?
Yeah.
You see the drone,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now I only have one drone on this controller, which is the Mavic Pro 2, Mavic 2 Pro. Now, notice right here it says top altitude, 519 feet. If I keep my hand out of it, you might be able to read it.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
Ooh, Mel's breaking the laws.
Well,
it's above mean sea level.
I'm
no,
only joking, Mel.
no,
I'm only joking.
that's above ground level.
Okay.
Your AGL, not MSL. Okay.
Come on, focus.
Mel, I could tell you this with my smart controller. A lot of the flights are never saved in that database you have there.
Well,
And when
but
I
here's-
try to upload, unless you're connected to Wi-Fi, even when I connect to Wi-Fi, it still doesn't populate the flights. on
Okay,
my
well,
smart
here's
controller.
here's the deal, though. This flight that says 3/19 of 2020, right, is listed over here on the other side. I'm getting glare and everything. Man, this really bites.
Turn it down, the brightness.
What was
Then
the
Mel
question?
would have the talk slower.
Okay, there it almost worked.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's listed right here on the bottom. This flight right here on the bottom is the flight that's talking about on 3/19. Okay?
Yeah.
And it clearly says max altitude 115 feet on that
Yeah.
flight on that day. So why is it showing me a top altitude on that day in the summary of 519 feet?
Mate, that's exactly the same as a Go 4 app. That'll show you exactly the same details. And that's got to do with your actual takeoff altitude. I'm on top of a mountain at 900 feet, and it will show max altitude at 900 feet. If you go to another mountain 1,500 feet later, it'll say max altitude 1,500 feet. That's what that information is there on the left. Your flight,
Okay.
yeah, your flights are AGL from where you take off on your right-hand side there.
Matt, you're
Okay.
100% sure about that?
Yep.
I'm only asking because I always thought it was a bug.
Yes,
You never
because
bother to
mine,
search or anything like that.
mine are high too.
No, man. No.
So
Okay.
here's another one though, and I wish this would focus so you guys could see it. There, see that one that says
Yeah.
10/5/2020, the second one down,
Yeah.
and
I
and
can see
the one
that.
right above it. There's two flights that say 10/5/2020.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, 10/5/2020 was just a few days ago. This is 10/20 of 2020, so it was 15 days ago.
Yep.
That was my birthday, a Monday. I
Right.
didn't freaking fly that day at all.
That's interesting.
How do I have flight
Could be a-
records for that day?
Could be a bug, but I've been dealing with issues on my smart controller with flight telemetry and all that stuff. And
I've had flights not upload.
same thing with the Crystal Sky.
But have you had flights upload that you didn't do?
No, it's always flights that I've done that never came up, even when I was connected to Wi-Fi. Never what you're explaining.
See, this is showing flights that I never flew.
That's
Someone-
weird.
You see
Someone.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that is. That's weird. That's weird. But definitely the altitude.
Well, have you been taking Ambien?
No, Art, I don't drink.
But Bob Casey's got his tallest launch at 2,500 feet, and that's what would be showing on his app too.
Okay. Okay, so that's the height that you flew the drone at.
Yeah,
So that means that somebody in Dillon, Colorado, a couple weeks ago that flew with a smart controller or a flight record would show 5,000 feet.
Yeah, man. Yep.
It should.
Okay.
Yeah, but the dates
okay.
are still all wrong. So what's
The dates are
what's
wrong.
the answer or answers for that?
And the flight for
It's a
that
bug in the
flight,
system.
the flight that flight record shows was a flight that I did with Roosevelt and another guy named John at a lake over here in near Russellville, Arkansas. And on that day, that's not where I was on that day.
Did you
Yeah, that's
actually
weird.
take that flight and it has the wrong date on it, or you never took that flight? Period.
Well, I took the flight, not on the day that's showing,
Right.
and the altitude thing had me confused. But it's got flights on there like on 10/5 that I never flew because I didn't fly on my birthday.
Yeah, that's weird. I've never come across that.
And it's got flights that I did fly, but the date's wrong.
Yeah, they may have-
I'm going to ask you the question everybody ask. Do you have the most recent firmware updated on it?
Absolutely. Everything is updated. 100%.
No. I think
You'd
there's
sell
a
it
bug in
now?
the system.
Sell the smart controller, Bob? Is that Bob's answer? Is sell it. Get rid of it.
Sell it to him.
I tell you what, I'm going to give it away on Jim's channel right now. The first person that super chats me $25,000, I'll give this to.
How are they going to super chat anybody?
Put the link in the comments there, mate. I'll get into that. I want the smart controller.
Hey, Tater.
Anybody else in the chat experiencing that? I know B. Mac Bryan has a smart controller. Be interesting to hear what others experience.
I'm up and down. I'm up and down with that thing. You know, there was a time where I said I'm never going to get one. They're just too small. Can't see jack shit anyway. But I've seen the screen and all that sort of stuff, and a sort of warming to it. And then I was thinking, okay, I might go and get one. And then all these people have got all these problems, and I'm thinking, no, I'll just stick with the bloody iPad. The brightness would be nice. Don't get me wrong. And I would probably be more inclined to go for maybe a Crystal Sky. Who knows?
You know, if it worked
I like
with
the smart
drones, it would be nice.
Yeah, I like the smart controller because of portability, and it really loads up to the drone fast. I mean, quick.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, as quick as the two things power up and boot up, they're connected. You're ready to fly. I mean, I love that.
The one thing I sincerely hate about them, from recent experience, and Jim can attest to this, is it does not have Find My Drone.
That's true. That's true. It does not.
Yeah, when he lost his drone, I was telling him, just go to Find My Drone. He's like, what? So I showed him on the Crystal Sky where it was, and it's not on the smart controller.
Don't have that.
Mine's got an app on there that says, don't crash your drone, you won't need it.
Yeah.
And there's another app called Look Out for Trees.
I ended up talking to Ken Dono, original Dobo, and he kind of walked me through like getting on Google Maps and coordinate a thing with that. And yeah, I found where it was on Google Maps, but I had to take the coordinates off of the smart controller and input that into my phone. But I don't think it was quite as accurate in the terrain I was in. Yeah, I never did find that.
Have you seen that video where that gal crashed that drone on that island?
Yeah.
Scale. She had the same problem. It turns out the coordinates that was on the smart controller, whatever she was using, was way off.
Yeah,
but she did find it.
Pretty gutsy how she climbed that canyon wall, and she found it.
Yep. Hey, Jim, I gotta take off here. Thanks for having me. Dre, good to see you. Matt, Al,
take care, Art.
Ron,
good to see you, Art.
Jim, good to see you. Catch you guys next time. Have a great evening.
All right, take care, bud.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you had no hope of getting that, Ron. That was a bad situation, man. But as I said to you, the color of the drone too does not help.
No,
it's a
right.
And that's well, it's not why I got mine orange, but it'd make it easier if it happened to mine too.
I was not in
on the smart controller.
Hang on.
What? Matt, I was thinking about you today. I was out flying today, and like I said, not in the gay sort of way. I wish I would have had a skin, like a bright colored skin on that today. I was out gray against the sky. I'm like, I couldn't see it. What a hell of a time.
Mate, I'm so happy with the fluorescence of the drone now. I can pick it out. You take your eyes off from your drone for a second, and if you're like 300 meters away or something like that, you go, oh shit, where is it? And you'll go looking for it again, and but with the orange, you just pop. It sticks out like a sore thumb against that blue sky, against clouds, especially when the sun's out, when it's hitting that fluorescent orange. Man, that thing's bright, really bright.
That and that little that LED light. Yeah, I was out. I haven't flown since August, and since Alaska, and I went out today, and I was playing around with those autonomous modes, and I went into those quick shot modes. I was playing with them. A couple of them I was happy with. Some of them I'm like, I can do better than that manually.
Yeah, you can, mate. And to be honest, last time I did a rocket on mine, I did it 3 or 4 times just to test it, just because it stuffed around. Because, obviously I don't use it much, but I was doing what you did. I was just mucking around with it, see what this thing can do. And it finished its rocket, and instead of coming back down to where it was, it just took off. I thought, well, hang on. So I pulled back on the sticks and it stopped straight away. And I thought, okay. So I did it again and it took off again. I don't know where the hell that was going. And it didn't take off slowly. And then, I don't know, probably the 4th time or something like that, it actually did what it was supposed to do. But what happened there, I have no idea. So this is what I'm talking about with autonomous stuff, man. I stay right out of that stuff. as much as possible because, I mean, Don Joyce's drone took off on him doing a hyperlapse and, 90 kilometers an hour in the other direction. So you never know, man. You haven't got control of that thing. It's got a mind of its own. It's going to have a mind of its own. And one day it's not going to do what you want it to do.
Yeah. The only one I really liked on there is that asteroid.
That's cool. That's a nice little effect. Yeah.
That's the only one I really use. But I played with all the other ones today, and I'm like, I can do better than that manually.
Yeah.
And what drone is that you're talking about? The Air 2?
No,
Pro
Mac 2. Mac 2 Pro.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did a droney.
Okay.
One of my last shots, if you remember my last video, right towards the end there where I was taking off from the balcony.
You just missed the flagpole.
And yeah, right by that flagpole. Yeah, I was doing that one-handed. Yeah, I was waving goodbye like everybody else knows.
You're used to that though, Ron.
Yeah.
You didn't get no beeping from the sensors?
It was a lot further away from that pole than what
the perspective makes it look like, God, that's close, but
yeah, it was close.
And those side sensors are off anyway. Wait, are they on when you're in one of those modes?
Pardon me?
Are the
in
side
tripod
sensors
mode.
on when you're in one of those modes?
No, because if you have it doing an orbit or a helix or something, it'll side crash right into something.
Yeah, one of the things with those autonomous modes, those quick shock modes, when you start out, you got to sit there and think about, okay, what is this drone going to do? Like that boomerang,
Right.
You got to make sure and look around you before you even hit the go button. It's like, okay, am I at the highest point where I'm not going to hit anything when it starts doing this spin? Because what I think 2 or 3 of them do, they actually come back to the original position of where you started out from. So
I wouldn't even know what the boomerang was going to do.
That's what they're supposed to do. And I'll tell you something else with boomerang, orbit, helix, all those smart shots. If you're on a boat or a four-wheeler or a horse or whatever, side by side, and you start the drone in that active shot and then take off, it will adjust its orbit to keep you in the center of the frame. You see what I'm saying? It will stay with you, in other words.
Yeah.
What, if you have it tracking or something?
What's that, Jim?
If you have it tracking?
No. If I take this thing right now and just set it to do a orbit around me, if I'm on a four-wheeler and take off driving or in my car, it will adjust its orbit to keep me in center frame.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a stagnant subject. Yeah,
that's right. Static subject. Yeah, it can be a moving subject.
Yeah. Here's that droney. I did this manually. I was sitting there. I had one hand on both the controls, and it does look like the perspective looks like I was going to smack right into that flagpole, but.
That was close.
Go back in on that, and let's because I can see your hands.
That makes a good shot, though, Jim. Ron,
it does. It does. The flagpole's awesome. Yeah.
And the green things there add 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Plus the camera. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. That's awesome.
The old camera adds 10 pounds.
Now, what would have been really cool is if you'd have went between the tree and the flagpole on the right.
Yeah.
Apparently the Brio adds 20. Yeah. It's that I like going through stuff like that. It's really cool. It's really cool.
When have you done it? When have you ever done it?
Really? Do you want to check out my 2 years on YouTube video? I'll show you where I've done it.
100% participation here. What the hell are you talking
You
about?
don't even remember, do you?
I remember the one you did with the tiny planet.
Yes.
And remember?
Yeah,
your 4x3 tiny planet.
Yeah, that's.
That does ruin that shot.
Why do they do that?
Well, I know.
I know. It was the first time I've ever really stuffed around with it. But I learned something that if when it's done that thing and it's done its bizzo and it comes back down, don't touch the sticks until it reaches back where it comes down to, and that's when the app will say complete. If you touch your sticks anywhere near it, you won't get that tiny planet or whatever the hell it's called, asteroid. Yeah. It'll just
asteroid?
stop. Yeah, asteroid. Yeah.
Never used it. You can see. I don't even know the name of it.
I know, but that's why you're here, Jim, to learn stuff from us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Tuesday Tech homework.
Nice effect.
Go use boomerang mode and.
If you know damn well, if I use boomerang mode, it's going to go over to that guy's house and land in his friggin' pool.
Your buddy.
Dead right.
It'll hit his damn daughter.
Yeah,
that is just so funny. I'm sorry, but that's funny.
I got that kind of luck.
It was going off his nut.
Mike tried it one time. Mike was trying to get on here, but he kept freezing up. I wanted to see because he said he took the drone out again to the beach. Remember those crow's nest shots he had of the houses, Matt? Where, if you're sitting up there having coffee on top of the house, you can see the whole. He reshot that area without the zoom, the 4x zoom.
Yep.
Which had him out of focus a little bit there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I wanted to see him, but his internet is screwing up. I wanted to see him jump back on with that.
It is. That is jump there.
You guys want to see an engine fire?
I'll just go first. I'm going to nick off because I've got to start getting ready for work and getting all my shit together. So thanks for having me on, Jim. And good to see everyone again. Good stuff.
Wait and look at this engine fire, Matt.
Where are you, mate?
Down at the bottom right here. Let me make him bigger.
All right.
Watch when he plugs it in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now he had just flown this in the water, and it didn't take off and get up out of the water. So he was wondering why, checking things out here.
I was waiting to hear the little Mission Impossible speech. If you choose to accept this mission, and it smokes.
When it smoked, did the motor try and spin at all, or it just smoked?
No, it just started smoking. And the funny thing is when I brought it in, to shore and stuff, the motor would still try to turn a little bit, but it wouldn't spin like it should.
Right. I thought they were sealed motors, but I guess they're not.
No, they're not. They're just like the drone motors. That's all it is a what do you call it? Brushless. And
are you stopping this video? What happened?
No, it'll catch up with itself. This is recorded off my live stream.
Yeah, it was freezing the other night when he did this. It kind of jumped around.
That's because I'm using with this part of the live stream. I was doing it from my laptop on Wi-Fi at the other end of the house, so over in the east wing, as they were teasing me. So here, watch what happens when I plug the battery in.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, self-destructed in 5 seconds.
Right?
Oh my God, dude.
That sucks.
Now, can you imagine what that would have been like if I had actually took off and started flying and that motor went out and caught fire in the air?
That could have been an aeronautical disaster.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have been more impressed if Roosevelt would have caught it as it caught on fire.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see is how Roosevelt was going to fly right behind you or next to you doing his
Who?
whole flight. Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah.
But that water was pretty choppy, Mel.
That's what it was, just too rough to try to fly
yeah,
up
too
of.
rough. And I think
figured that when I started. But see, the thing is water doesn't hurt a brushless motor. In fact,
Is that right?
Water doesn't hurt a brushed motor. And in fact, the best way to break in a brushed motor is submerge it in water and put full power to it and let it run for about an hour.
I do that. I usually put mine in the freezer though too.
Yeah, water does not. There's nothing in a brushless motor, or a brush motor for that matter, that water will hurt. Make it. It can't short out. There's nothing it can do.
So why did it just short out?
I think the motor was defective.
Was that spinning? Refresh my memory. When you had it in the water, was that spinning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I scooted the drone, I scooted the airplane across the grass out here in the backyard too, testing the thrust with the reverse counter rotating props.
So why the hell did it give up?
Don't know. But I did hand it over to the guy at Hobbytown, my dealer down at Hobbytown, because Horizon now owns the manufacturer of those motors. So he said he might be able to get Horizon to warranty it because it's a brand new motor.
Shorted? You think it just shorted, or?
Yeah. If he can't get it warranted and he doesn't have to send it to them, I'm going to take it apart and see where it failed. But
Can I just ask you something, Mel?
Yeah.
Just on what you said there. Have you got reverse thrust on that, have you?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's got, on the port motor, I've actually got it spinning with a normal prop, the normal direction, which as you look at the tail of the airplane facing forward, it's spinning clockwise.
Okay.
The starboard motor was spinning counterclockwise with a reverse prop.
Okay.
That way I get counter rotation, so I get no torque.
Yeah.
Pull on to either side of the aircraft.
Right. Good for takeoff. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for flying too.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It wasn't taking off. It wasn't coming up out of the water.
Well, I couldn't get enough airspeed because the water was so rough.
Yeah.
That was it. Those are pretty big motors.
That was the only problem. And I was only doing half throttle too. I wasn't really getting with it.
How long were the props? They weren't hitting the water, right?
No, they were sucking the water up.
That's unreal.
Hey, gentlemen, I got to bounce. I got a phone call coming in.
Oh, have a good one, Dre.
Hey, Dre.
All right, Dre.
See you, Dre. Yeah, I better roll too, fellas. Thanks for that, Mel. I actually thought because you know I haven't flown an electric fixed wing or anything like that. I just used to do the petrols years ago, man. And I thought that maybe they might have something now where you can, if you're coming in hot and all that sort of shit and you land it, you can actually actually flick a switch that'll change the polarity of that motor, and then you can do a quick thrust and it'll slow you right down.
You can do that. In fact, one of the guys that I fly with at the AMA field, he has a, I think it's a Timber, but it looks like a Piper Cub.
Yeah.
And he can actually reverse thrust it and back it up. It looks funny as hell with an airplane backing up.
Real.
You know?
But
yeah, I would. If I was going to do something like that, I would want to be flying, chop the throttle, hit reverse thrust, and then throttle it up and make the airplane stop in midair, and do something
be
stupid.
It'd be like a rotor, Hey, he made it hover.
Yeah.
Oh, no, shit up. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool when an airplane backs up.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Wait, Matt. Don't split. I got to show you something. Freakiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I swear it only take 2 seconds. All right. This is my computer screen, right? I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit display settings. You see the TV, right?
Which one's the
Well,
TV?
Number
see
number
two of
two. Number 2 is the TV.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go down here to advanced settings. Now look, it says the TV is 8-bit with dithering. So now
Yep.
I'm going to hit the NVIDIA card, and then I'm going to hit monitor, and it says 60 hertz. I'm going to change it to 30 hertz and lose you all, but it's going to turn the thing automatically into a 12-bit display. Look at that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, where the hell does that come from? How in God's name does that happen?
What?
It's the friggin' thing. I was trying to find out. Okay, yes, my GTX 1060 card can do 4K all day long. Well, then why the hell can't I get 10-bit? So I'm sitting there reading the forums, and some guy said, well, turn your damn refresh rate down. Well, the refresh rate on this TV is supposed to be 120, but as you can see, it's not. It's 60. So when I lower it in half, it automatically made the bit depth 12-bit. So I just wanted to show you that because I have no idea why that works. So this is an HDR TV sold with HDR10 and all that bullshit, but it's only 8-bit with dithering, which means blending to make it.
Right.
So how in the hell does
Does it
changing
get
the
12?
refresh rate make it 12? I don't understand it. Guys, check your own displays. Go down after you right-click on display. Then it doesn't matter which screen you check, and then just go to display adapter properties or advanced properties, and you'll
So
see
go
it
to
yourself,
display settings.
right? Then go. Mine says display adapter properties for display 2, and I clicked on it. Normally, you scroll down and it says advanced display settings. You click on that. And then it, under all the nonsense, it tells you how much bit depth you have and how big the screen is. I have 8-bit high dynamic range, which is theoretically impossible, but okay. And then when you just hit the display properties, that shows you what's driving it. And my NVIDIA 1060 card is driving it. When I change the refresh rate under monitor, I can make it a 12-bit signal. How? The TV don't do 12-bit.
Well, let me ask you something, Jim.
Fire away. I'm ready.
When you go to advanced display settings,
Yeah.
it shows you which display, the model number or serial number or something on it, right? Then it's got all the information, the resolution, the active signal resolution, the refresh rate, the bit depth, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, just what I showed you. Yeah. See?
Okay.
Right there. 8-bit with dithering, which means
Okay.
blending. But now when
Okay.
you hit that part there that says display adapter properties, hit monitor. Not monitor, what did I do? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen.
You're going to your display adapter, which is your video card.
My video card, you can change the refresh rate,
Mm-hmm.
and that turned it into a 12-bit monitor. You see that 60 hertz there? When I turn that into 30 hertz, it goes to a 12-bit monitor.
My monitor,
Bingo, 12 bits.
just the way it's set right now at 1080 is 12-bit already.
Well, okay, good for you. I'm trying to get 10 bits out of this goddamn HDR TV that I bought, which is obviously an 8-bit dithering piece of crap, which is good because I saved you all from buying one of these pieces of junk, because you need the 10-bit in order to see the color grading that you're doing in 10-bit.
Well, I'm just wondering if It's because of the resolution that I have it set at, which is 1080.
Well, I'm wondering if I had 120.
In fact, that's the highest resolution I can set this one to.
If I had a refresh rate of 120 and I cut that in half to 60, would it output? Because this is what the 1060 NVIDIA GPU is sending out to the TV. So then it was going to send out 12-bit signal to the TV, which the TV theoretically can't handle. So how was it doing it? Just one of those things that make you go,
I don't know how the refresh rate would change the bit depth.
I showed you. I have no idea. I'm just showing you what I found. I got no clue.
Shit.
And I showed Steve, who I thought was more in tune to the electronics.
Fucking Peter.
Yep, there's the thing.
Oh, dude. I got to roll, fellas.
Take care, man.
No worries. Yeah, fun, eh? Catch you soon.
I wonder what, Brian, what do you think of that, Brian? Yeah, we're gonna.
Jim, I'm gonna bounce. It's smoke break time. I appreciate you sending me a link to come in.
No problem. Appreciate you coming in.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks my flight records on my smart controller are whacked.
Well, let me ask you something. You can change the date and time on that smart controller, right? Just like on a Crystal Sky screen.
Yeah.
So,
I've never changed it. I mean, it's set whatever it's set at.
Could be the issue why you might be having that date problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pacific Standard Time. You could do it.
Well, I'm pretty sure the thing is set to like today's date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't ever trust these Japanese things.
Settings. Wi-Fi disconnected aircraft. Button combinations, compass, notifications, apps, storage, location.
Yeah, it was definitely the
time.
NVIDIA card that was going to send a 12-bit signal to the TV. Well, yeah, what are you seeing, Mel?
I've got this set to automatic date and time use network provided time. And it's showing set date October 20, set time 8:43, which is what time it is for me. So yeah, I don't know. That's not going to pick it up. But
your central time, or Mel?
Yeah. Yep. So date and time is set right. I thought it was. Boat anchor.
No, I don't know. You know, that could be something typical.
That's just the format, Bob. You can change the format to show day, month, year, month, day, year, whatever. But the date and time are set right on it. So yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that doesn't answer anything for us.
Right. Exactly. So
odd.
So if anybody hears how you can have flight records on days that you didn't fly, I'd like to know how that happens.
You know, I just was learning something on a smart controller today. I tried to format the internal drive and formatted it not once but twice. Still have all this stuff on there. It's like, why is it still on there? I just formatted it. But
is that like formatting the cache?
No.
I thought it formatted to cache as well, but apparently maybe it don't. But
Well, I had to go into mine and remove a bunch of files so that it would have room to do the update the other day.
yeah,
Cow.
So who knows?
Ron,
LOL, Mike.
how did when you were
Hello, Brian.
formatting? Hey, Mel, when you formatted it, what did you use to format it with?
you just
Windows?
went to the settings.
Yeah, it's disk management.
I think that was
There's
under
the SD card
camera settings.
memory and the internal memory to
Yeah,
format it.
but I
Okay.
formatted the card and the internal memory.
With just a right click, then.
And you still had cache videos and photos in it?
Yeah,
No
Wow.
way.
That's weird.
yeah. So I had to.
Did you
do
notice,
like
was that like
I had to go out and delete a bunch of stuff and manually.
Did you started noticing it slowing down or anything? Like the transmission like lagging a bit? Because
No, I just wanted to get rid of everything. I knew there was nothing on there I wanted. I just, dear God, I went to do the update there was an update to the controller, which meant nothing to me. The update was for the Mavic Air 2, which I don't have. God, that thing took freaking forever.
And that was the update that I had to clear a bunch of crap off to get room for the update. Made
Really?
me nuts.
Yeah. Oh, that took forever today.
For an update that I don't even freaking need because I don't have that drone.
Exactly.
But because I'm a 107 pilot, I have to keep everything with the latest updates.
Yeah.
You know something? When that first came out, people weren't even. It wasn't downloading 100%. Everybody had problems with that.
Yeah, it was
It got there at 98% for 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
98, 99%.
Yeah, driving me nuts.
That scares the crap out of me because then I want to shut it off and start over. Like I'm thinking like it's stuck or something, you know?
Yeah, right. Well, mine was it would flash a message, not enough disk space, but I wouldn't see that because I'm not looking at it the whole time, right?
Right.
I'm just seeing that it's taken 30 minutes to do an update, and I'm like, what the hell? The Mavic Air 2 ain't made of freaking gold, DJI. What are you doing to me here?
It's because of the app.
Yeah, it's a whole new app.
Yeah,
And
that
so-
app is it's sitting on old hardware.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Brian, what'd you think of that display stuff?
Like I said, man, you need to quit buying your TVs at Walmart.
I need to read the damn.
It doesn't matter. You buy it at Best Buy or Walmart. It's made in the same factory in China land, so it don't matter.
Oh, yeah. Now, the thing about it is, I started playing with my monitors here. I've got two monitors in front of me.
Right.
One is 8 years old. The other one is like 5 years old. I can change the hertz a little bit on each one, but not as much as you can on your TV.
Right.
You're going through your video card with your TV.
Right.
You might need a different video card.
Mhm.
Why?
Because, okay, the video card you're working with versus TV hardware is different from a monitor. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically this. It produces the same thing. You got a picture. It's an LED, but TVs are made differently.
They are, but they have a monitor setting, and if you're using that, then it cuts
You
all that
can use
TV
it for a
crap
monitor
out.
setting, but you're not going to get. You're either going to get more features or less than what you get with a regular monitor, with a standard monitor. And in your case, like I said, I opened up one of my monitors, the newest one, and I was able to see all kinds of different settings. But the older one, no. Well, I had two settings, 60 and 59 hertz. And like I said, it's hardware related. It's not so much the GPU, it's the TV,
I was mad that the TV turned out to be an 8-bit with frame rate control instead of a flat 10-bit TV.
Well, it's like DJI going around saying that the Mavic Air 2 has HDR. Sorta, but not really.
Right.
They can
And
take
that's what I'm
pictures
saying.
and go like that. Yeah.
You
Or
can say
a 48
anything.
megapixel camera, right?
Yeah, you can say anything to get an effect a certain way. And that TV you're using is doing the same thing, or they're advertising it the same thing. Another example, I've got a 1080p downstairs. I looked at the resolution. It's like 1260 times 720. That's not 1080.
Right.
They're cutting the pixels in half to give it that 1080. It's just, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit is what it is.
I see that a lot when I play videos that are 4K videos. When I right click and hit stats for nerds, if you're not playing it full screen, check out next time.
Oh, yeah.
If you're just playing it in the YouTube viewer, it'll show you it's playing at 720 or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Jim.
Now,
You just confused me, man. You just hurt my brain.
What?
I'm just wondering how the hell you qualify to look at something called stats for nerds. Sorry, buddy. I couldn't resist. You opened the door wide open on that one. Okay, bye, because I think he's going to click me now.
See you, Mel.
See you guys. Have fun.
Take it easy, Mel.
Thanks, Jim.
Who was it that just wrote? Was it Bob? Yeah, is it the Go 4 or the Go Fly app? Which is the newest app out? The one that's like
the Fly app.
The
Fly app is the one that's like memory hog central.
Yeah. The newest update on the smart controller put that on the smart controller.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, so it's on there.
Oh, the Crystal
Should be.
Sky, Mike. The Crystal
Really?
Sky is running on 5.1.
If you're on the newest firmware, it should be on there.
I just updated that today.
Is that in the about? Do you have an about in your menu there?
It should show up in the applications. I can look through mine. Let me show you.
So, Brian, I looked up the NVIDIA GTX 1060 card, and it can do 3 screens at 4K.
Yeah, I had one at once.
I'm just trying to do 1 screen at 10-bit color depth. I want to see the colors I'm changing.
I'm going to go through the same thing Mel did.
Yeah.
You're a little blurry.
It's the Brio. It's in there. It's right there.
Yeah, I can see it.
The Fly app.
Yeah.
Oh, DJI Fly. Okay, I see it now.
So that's
Can I use that?
If you're flying the Air
Meaning
2.
the Air 2.
Oh.
By the way, on my Lemon smart controller, there's a guy on YouTube, and I saw a note from it today, and I wish I'd have screen copied it. 5 more people now have had the same exact issue I did with the smart controller. And I know it's because of that Fly app. It just didn't take well. And the Fly app was already on it when I got it. I didn't get an older smart controller. I got one with the Fly app. It came with it.
Wow.
And it was still a Lemon.
You didn't get another one? You just wasn't interested anymore? Just said screw it?
Well, that's just it. I was kind of hot over the whole thing. And like I said earlier in the chats, Ken Dono and Captain Drone put up this new thing, and I said, what in the hell? What am I doing? And I jumped all over this thing, especially Captain Drone. He had a $50 discount. So it's a triple tech 7-inch screen, 1200 nit screen, Android based 8.1, so it's compatible with anything.
Oh, I've seen those videos.
It has,
okay.
It has USB A, C, and micro. All the adapters for it, all kinds of cables. I can now run all my 2 DJI drones, my 1 Autel, off of 1 device. Finally,
Nice.
the 1200 nits though was the selling point. Oh, and it will fit in any. I mean, it's just military grade. The only thing I'm worried about how thick is it's going to be. Like that.
How much for that?
It was with the discount. It was $550.
Sounds like a much better buy than a smart controller.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't use my Autel with it. And I'm still using the same apps. It's got shit tons of space. Comes at 128. You can double it up with a SD card. You can put a SIM card in there for data, which I'm going to do. I'm tired of not being able to do my live streams and see the chats.
That's what I was doing with my HDMI port.
Oh, it has HDMI ports too.
With my HDMI port, I bought this tiny little, I think it's even a 12-inch HD TV, where I put the HDMI out of the controller into the TV and would watch the TV rather than this tiny little friggin' screen. That's before I bought the Apple, but I still got the TV now. If anybody else wants to see it while I'm flying, they can look at the TV. But there's an HDMI port on your controller. Use it.
Yeah, but then you got to lug around a damn TV all the time.
And an inverter.
And an inverter. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, it is if you're.
And then you turn the car off and forget, and you're stranded out in the middle of the road.
I killed the alternator and the battery.
Oh, that's even worse.
On that Chevy, what the hell is that thing? That
HHR.
Yeah, that demon of a car that you have.
Yep. Oh, did I tell you the latest one?
Smart controller iOS.
It's got a button on the stick shift. You have to press the button and then shift out of park into something, right? But you got to be in park to open up the car door. Well, I guess I didn't go into park quick enough. Hold on, I got to let this nonsensical man in. I guess I didn't put it into park fast enough before I tried to open the. So now I'm one of those people that has to roll down their window to open the car door.
Jeez.
I broke the car door handle. Cry me a river, Chris Hope.
I ain't said nothing till now.
Okay. So this is it.
Nice looking tablet.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a brick though. It weighs about a pound, so it's the same weight as a smart controller. But it is
like a military casing.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's it'll handle a drop too. It can handle being dropped from 5 feet.
Shit.
But it's $600 on their website. Captain Drone's giving a $50 discount, so I got it for $550. You go to Amazon, it's $650. So, and they only have a few of them at Amazon. I don't know why.
The latest Android software, unlike the Crystal Sky.
It's not the latest. It's got 8.1. I mean, my Android, my 9 has 10, so it's not the latest, but it's definitely going to get it done.
That's got a nice size battery in it too.
10,000 milliamps. It'll go for 2 days.
Wow.
Oh, it's only 720 though. 1280 by 720.
Yeah, for the display. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, what do we care, right?
I was going to say for a 7-inch, who cares?
Yeah.
I just want to be able to see this thing in the sun.
You're absolutely right. Reset screen camera button. I'm taking it like a screenshot.
Yeah. This thing is basically a cell phone. You can use it as a cell phone, which is why I'll probably hook it up to my data plan. So
live stream.
Yeah.
Now you see that SOS button? I had to shut that off on my phone.
Yeah, he told me something, or Captain Drone mentioned something about that SOS button.
It sends out messages to people in your contact list, telling them your latitude, your longitude, and a little bit of your voice, and they think you're hurt and in distress. That's what it is.
Don't want that.
It's on my phone. I had to shut it off. It might be on your phone, Ron. You got that S20? What is that called on the phone?
I think that's on my iPhone. If you hit the button and you don't turn it off, it calls emergency, and then you'll wind up getting someone calling you back if you don't answer it.
Well, this thing will hit people in your contact list, and it records a few seconds of video in case you say, "I'm having a heart attack" or something. You know.
The thing about it is that, I would use this like I use my iPad, which would be just for the drones. I'm not going to pile on a bunch of apps. I'm not going to put on my emails. So it's not going to have my contacts list. So I'm not.
It's a great buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's compared to the smart controller. I mean, yeah. I really would have liked the smart controller to work because for DJI's functions and features, yeah, it's good. you know,
It's all in
everybody's
one. I like it because it's all in one.
well. The thing
The
about that I like about
ergonomics.
this one in a way is I can still use my Evo with this, so that kind of makes it even more all in one.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and any other drone. Oh, by the way, speaking of another drone, I signed up for an ad, and it's going to debut tomorrow, and I'm going to watch this thing.
The
It's called
Kickstarter?
No, is it Kickstarter? Yeah, I think that's it.
I
The
saw that.
Vista drone. I'm interested in that thing.
The who drone?
It's like they put a Insta360 on a drone, and the drone is chrome.
I put
I
it in
just
the
wanna-
Facebook group.
I'll have to go check that out. I knew nothing about that.
But it's debuting tomorrow,
It's in the Facebook group.
and it's supposed to be American made also. That remains to be seen.
You know, I heard Bobby Watts from Watts Aviation, who's making the Prism drone. He was saying, listen, yes, it's American made. Is every part from the United States of America? No.
No, it couldn't be.
You can't get every part made in America. So let's, but somebody's going to have to get over that. Whoever that somebody is, whether that's the FAA or a dumbass congressman or some shit who makes rules and knows nothing about what they're talking about.
I like that Prism drone. Any drone that says payload, I'm all ears.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the price. It could be a whole lot lower based off of open
The thing
source
about it is,
software and all that.
you know, and I think 2,500 was the starting price, correct?
Oh yeah, if you scroll down further, there was a $5,000 deposit with the remainder due 2 weeks before delivery. What's the remainder?
The other piece.
I just gave you $5,000. What the hell is the remainder?
Well, we're
And
going to
no
give you one half of the blade.
You're getting a drone with no batteries and no camera. So you really are, at a starting point here.
Jim, I'm getting off and everybody else. My salad's wilted. It's been sitting here for quite some time.
I'm going to eat dinner myself.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Take care. It's good talking to all you guys. Have a good one.
Al.
Everybody in the chat, take care.
Good to see you, buddy.
Take care.
Ron, no wine
You're like an
tonight?
hour ahead.
Say
No
again,
wine?
Jim?
Where's your red wine?
I finished it.
Oh.
Yeah, his eyes are at half mast. Can't you tell?
I'm tired. I've been up since 3. My guiding has got me. My circadian rhythm is all wackadoodle. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. Oh, I'm tired.
I don't know how you do
But-
that, man.
Yeah, then I
You're
got.
the guy who gets up at 4 a.m. just to drive 3 hours.
Yeah, I got to do that in 2 days. But November, I'll be gone most of the month of November. I took off quite a few days in November, but I'll be over in Wyoming probably about 80-90% of that. Chris, did I tell you that I was talking to the boss the other day, and there's a guy that comes out. I've met him I think twice now. He has a deer hunting whitetail talk, or like deer hunting talk show. His name's Dan Smith, and he is bringing Ted Nugent with him next September.
Uncle Ted.
Will there be anything left of the deer when Ted gets done with it?
Oh yeah.
Ted Nugent loves his machine guns.
Kind of looking forward to meeting him.
Tell Uncle Ted I say hello.
Yeah.
He's no East Texas boy.
I thought DJI had the Crystal Sky at 1,000 and the Ultra Bright was 2,000 nits. Anybody remember that?
Find a shade tree, you'll be a whole lot better off.
Well, it's where we all started, right?
That's where I'm staying. I'm gonna pole boy it till the day I die, Jim.
I've been fairly happy with the smart controller. It's a little tough out in super bright sun, but for the most part, it does okay. That's
I'd have
what
bid on that in a second. You know, if they came out with a universal controller for their drones, I'd bite on it.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy a couple $100 like 40, 50-inch flat screen, and because I have the 115 outlet in the back seat of my pickup,
Right.
run the extension cord out, put it in the bed underneath the tonneau cover. So I'm going to have a 40, 50-inch flat screen.
An inverter.
Yep. And then use the HDMI into the smart controller and do my flying and watch the flat screen. This is my screen.
So you got to get your lawn chair.
Well, yeah.
And then have the back of the thing down, your feet up,
Yeah.
beer in one hand, watching the 48-inch or the 55-inch.
That could all be accomplished.
Glass of wine, in your case.
Yeah.
Feet up.
Yeah. Thumbing, not pinching.
Flying to Chris's house.
Long
Yeah.
All right, let's kill it. Let's stab this thing.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming, Ron.
Yeah. And Brian, good to see you. Chris.
Ron.
Yeah, y'all too. Y'all have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry I got on late, but
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, have a nice night.
And then we always let these things go too long, right? That's usually Chris's fault, though, because look.
He starts talking really slow, texting, and it's going to take things down a few minutes to get just a couple words out. Right, Chris?
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Yeah, I'll get his ass Friday night. Don't worry. Friday night free for all.
Yeah. Yeah, your son was just a couple hours from me. I wish I could get over to see him the other night.
Oh, man, is he dedicated or what? He drove all that way to drop off his kids.
Pick him up.
I texted him today. He's still not home.
Really?
He said maybe tonight around midnight he'd be home.
Yeah. He called to say he wasn't going to be on.
Yeah.
He had a co-pilot. I got to talk to him Sunday. Man, this is Tuesday night, and I talked to him Sunday. He was still going that way. That's a trip.
How often does he does that the kitty exchange?
He did it during the summer.
Yeah.
Right? So like summer school break, and I guess this is the winter school break. I don't know. We're talking about Adrian.
Yeah, he was 660 miles from me, which is still like a 10-hour drive for me. You know, I just wasn't up for a 20-hour round trip this week. But I would have gone over and meet him.
I had asked him about just getting a ticket and letting the kids fly home and picking them up. He said it was cheaper. It was cheaper for him to drive,
really,
and get them and come home.
I thought they were so cheap now.
That was Saturday. Yeah, he left Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. He's still not. It's Tuesday night at midnight getting home.
Wow.
See you, Mr. Rick Albert.
Yeah, that's insane.
All right, Rick. Good night, everybody in the chat. Brian, Chris, Jim, thank you. And,
Brian, I hope your knee gets better, buddy.
Yeah. We will catch up to you guys soon.
What did Brent do to his knee? All right, I'm going to close this out. Good night, guys.
Not Brent, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
No, I just blew my knee out. I haven't done it. I haven't been out of the house in almost 3 weeks.
What'd you do? Catch it twisting?
Just walking. They hauled my ass out of the park in a golf cart, and I iced it down, and it seemed okay. And, man, the more I try to use it normally, it's like, well, this sucks. This hurts. And the doctor can't even see me until October 30th. Thank you.
So you don't know if you tore a ligament or any ACL?
It's probably that CHL shit or ACL stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, if I keep it wrapped tight enough and just sit here and don't do nothing, I'm good with it. I hate going to doctors, man. They're just worthless.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to leave it torn.
No, what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and go in there and suck out all the cartilage first. So, yeah, that'll take away the pain for a little bit. Next year or a year or two, oh, well, you need a knee replacement because now you got no cartilage.
Just made it home.
Oh, look at that.
He just got home.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
He sent a message on
Wow.
Facebook.
Speaking of your little buddy.
You're going to have to hold the show,
you
Jim.
gotta
Here he
be
comes.
kidding.
I knew it. There he is.
Hey, Adrian.
You got to be wiped out, man.
No doubt, man. That's a trip, dude.
I am fucking tired, man.
Yeah, you're up there in Ron Lockwood territory, buddy.
I just literally made it inside my fucking door finally.
Oh, man.
I was so tired of seeing trucks, mountains, roads, idiots, slowing down,
Cornfield.
driving fast, in my fucking way. Shit.
Thank God you had a co-pilot.
I had a co-pilot that just won't shut the hell up, so thank God. And matter of fact, he went ahead and he told Chris Hope a joke, and I knew it was coming, and Chris Hope was laughing his ass off. I don't know if Chris Hope was taking it or what, but he was laughing his ass off.
Well, sure, it was fun. It was funny.
You must have had me on speakerphone because I was asking you a question and he answered.
Yeah, he did.
I knew it was a different voice.
He don't like to be left, you know what I mean, without saying something. He got to say something.
Adrian, I got a question.
Go ahead, Ron.
How was that night in the casino?
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? That was good. That was good. That was good.
Uh-huh.
Listen,
You got to
man,
tell me
Ron,
later all about that.
Ron, don't ask me no more questions about that, please. No more.
No, on camera. On camera, anyway.
Because God forbid I go in and say something in front of Chris Hope, he's not going to let me live.
Oh,
No, don't say no more.
it's all right. I'll get it anyway, Adrian. Don't worry.
He has inroads in the family.
Actually, the casino's already called me because when they picked your phone up off the floor, it was last number dialed was mine. I don't know.
First of all, at the casino, I was behaving, so I was good.
Yeah, I could see you there. I was wondering about you that night, Adrian.
Say what now?
I was wondering about you that night, just thinking, oh, my boy, he's in there. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Hey, and you know what? You know what the most beautiful thing is? When you actually take $100 bills and then you exchange it all in singles, and you have like a little big little stack.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You just walking around like, woo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Big bump in your pocket, right? Yeah.
You damn right. I had 2 big bumps in my pocket, like I had a heart on.
He had a 2-inch and a 4-inch bump.
Yeah.
Hey.
The 4-inch was the money.
Don't start no shit, ho.
Oh, don't you worry, young man. I got you.
Now, how is it that, Ron, you're going to ask me about who's your daddy, but you didn't even ask me how I'm doing. Did I make it okay? You know.
Obviously, you made it okay. You're here.
You know what? How you doing, Brian? I didn't even see you there, buddy.
Hey, Adrian. Hey, Jim.
Quick question. Did you leave some little Adrians in Iowa?
Next question. Go ahead, Brian. What were you about to say, Brian?
No, I'm looking at something on to do with the monitors. We're not going to get into it now, but I found something that may mean something for your case. And it's in color management on the monitors.
Okay. Email me or.
Oh, crap. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here because I'm thinking of the issues you have with your color. Right. And these are this is a list of every color profile I've got on my computer, and there's a shit ton of them.
Oh, you mean the ICC profiles?
That, and then there's more of them too. Shit, they're for the printer, for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Charts and proofing, photography. Hell, Adobe has some shit on here.
Yeah. Those are the ICC profiles that come with the computer. And actually, Asus has one for the actual monitor on the laptop. You know that thing's only 6-bit. The laptop monitor is only 6-bit. Color bit depth.
You're shit. No way.
Yeah.
How old is that thing?
2018.
Quit buying the stuff at Walmart, man.
No, hell no. This computer was big bucks.
Hey guys, I'm gonna run.
Good night, Ron. I'm out too good.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Adrian, glad you and the kids made it home.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
I
man.
was wondering about you, buddy, because last I heard, like, Ron, I gotta go, man. Take care. I'm going downstairs to the casino. That's the last I heard from you.